Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome to Stepiphenie's Wake. I am your Popus with the mostest, Steph, and this is a timeless reading for the sign of Aries. But if you find yourself here because of the image or title, I believe there are messages for you too. On this channel, we honor three things above all else. One, nothing is coincidence. Everything that happens in the reading is part of the reading. Two, energy is wild. I will deliver the messages I get, and no topic is off limits. And three, love always wins. I'm here to change the world one conversation at a time, and my main aim is to move whoever's watching forward in a positive direction for the highest good of all. If the energies or roles I am speaking about are reversed in your story, feel free to flip them for yourself as necessary to suit your situation. Don't force the reading to fit. If the story isn't yours, don't make it so unless that's how you intend for your life to go. Don't forget to like the video and leave a comment if this resonates with you. And if you feel aligned with my vibe and ever-growing tribe, I invite you to subscribe, and I send a huge thank you to all that do. Additional information and details to connect with me for a personal reading or to donate to the channel are in the description box below. Let's get into your channeled messages. So Aries, the title of your reading is Depressed, Deep Rest. And so I feel like whoever I'm speaking to has been feeling that they're kind of in this hibernation for summer. And we are in Leo season. I'm recording this on August 15th. It's 12:44. And it's a fellow fire sign. So the difference is that a Leo generally has like this sustained kind of burn going. They are a fixed fire sign as opposed to Aries, which is really, really good at getting things going. My first message for you is that you're not missing out on anything when you're busy working on your goals and dreams. Stay focused. And that's a quote. I'm not sure who it's by, but I've seen it floating around a bit. Um, Even the downtime is important. Even you may be feeling bored, you may be feeling like you're wasting time, but you need that time when your mind isn't in, a fight or flight frenzy, or it's not, a taskmaster of a million different things to be bored, because that's when creativity can flourish. That's when it can bubble up from deep within you and come together to create something beautiful or new. And Aries, you are the spark of the fire signs. You are really, really good at pioneering new things, at getting things started. So this might be a time where, you may feel like you're in the dark. I'm picturing someone kind of closed off in their room. All the shades are drawn. They're alone. They're isolated. And they may be feeling depressed. And I encourage you, if you're experiencing that, to take this time and embrace it and really incorporate some sort of meditation, some sort of deep rest. Maybe you need to sleep more. Maybe you have been feeling burnt out. But it's really important for you to recharge and heal so that when you do have this idea that you want to move forward in, to really, really, full throttle it and get it going. To have enough of that initial power to get to that fixed fire sign, to get to that point where you are, sustained in this passion, like a Leo is. So I got a couple random things for you. The first was an image of a rhinoceros, which to me is a symbol of physical strength. Maybe you are injured, you're healing right now. That's important. I got the number 37. So either March 7th could be important to you, or for me, I have a system that I use that I've created. This is my deck. It's based on numerology, but 37 in my deck is creative soul, but it also could be distractions. You're allowing certain things to come into your life that do distract you from this time. So don't look for things to just fill your time. Look for things that are worth your time. And next I heard Simon Says, like the game Simon Says, where you're following direction, but instead of it being Simon, it's actually spirit saying these things. It's some sort of connectedness that you have to either a past loved one, a past ancestor, if you work with angels. It's a direct connection to them that's really important. And I feel like if you get a nudge to go get peanut M&Ms at the grocery store, do it. There's something that you need to see along the way. There's something that you need to get out to witness along the way. So don't write it off, whatever. Embrace it. Listen to it. Follow the nudges that you get. Those are putting you in the right places, especially if you ask for them. Ask for your guides, ask for your angels, ask for your team of the highest white light and resonance, or whatever you phrase it as, to put you in the places that you need for the inspiration required to move you into the next season of your life. And lastly, I heard that the best things in life aren't things, and you need to stop chasing dopamine. There are so many ways that we have been desensitized, or we have really desensitized our dopamine receptors in our brain And so you may be, doom scrolling a lot. That might be how you're spending your time. Instead of doing that, pick up a book. And it matters what you read. It matters what you put into your brain, into your body, just as much as your diet does. So be mindful of the things that you are watching. Is it fueling you in a positive direction, or is it kind of planting these seeds of just, entertainment, distraction, or, the people you're spending your time with, are they into things that you've outgrown? That might be one of the reasons you are feeling so isolated in your room with the curtains drawn, because you're not spending time with the people who aren't doing the things that you need to be doing anymore. And I commend you for stepping back from those things. That is a huge, important step in your growth. Also, I channeled these messages all. I've, one for each sign on April 30th. So maybe look back at how far you've come since April 30th. That might be important to you. I mean, even I had to find my spark to get these going. And I actually recorded one for you yesterday, and I'm not set on posting it yet, so I'm redoing yours now. So there's something about kind of allowing time to pass. It's okay to not be active, to not be, moving towards something every second of every day. It's impossible as a human, and we as humans recognize that seasons have times of rest and hibernation and release, and we as humans need to honor that for ourselves as well. So, let's get into your reading. I have a spread that I do. It's specific and general at the same time, but it's all going to be based off your title. I like to roll dice to see what the overall theme of your reading is. Yesterday it was community, 61. So let's see what it is today. What's the theme for Aries? What does Aries need to hear? 54, ironically, release, a change in structure, a new way of doing what you've always done. All right, so we're going to do 9 shuffles. It seems like a lot, but bear with me. And I like to use my deck. They're very plain cards. And then I'll use cards with images to clarify. And with that, these reads can get a little longer than I like to, but I do think it's important to stick with the entire video. You might, see how it unfolds. You might find some interesting tidbits. Again, if it's not for you, don't force it to fit. Thank you for bearing with me in the shuffles. See if any other messages come through. Heard no. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, I call you in and ask for your assistance in delivering messages for Aries. Archangel Michael, I call you in and ask that you protect me from anything that which is ill against me in these readings or intends to block my third eye crown chakra in receiving the messages for this collective. 2 more. And last one. I heard pick a guide, any guide. So if you have a deceased loved one, mystic on the bottom, if you have a deceased loved one, I'm getting like a grandmother energy, call her in. It might be a mother, Queen of Wands, but I'm getting definitely grandmother energy. When we're playing Simon Says, use your grandmother's name. Or grandma, that's fine too. But use her last name, be specific. Nope, no shuffle. Okay. So what's powering this situation for Aries? Depressed, deep rest. Courage. Oh, and gratitude on the bottom. And so this is the Six of Pentacles in my deck. This is all about equal give and take. It takes courage to refrain from going where you don't belong. It takes courage to pull on your own reins. And even these times of stagnancy, it's like I'm getting this image of a seed, how a seed needs to grow in complete darkness and it cracks its shell and it has to, take root and emerge through the soil. It all happens in darkness, in isolation. It has to be buried before it can take root. So make sure that you're pouring into yourself. Don't be hard on yourself for this time. And there's the lion, symbol of Leo. What is changing in this situation? Cards for me have to flip or fall. False. With the blank, you know what isn't for you. And what is it? Insanity is repeating the same thing, hoping for a different outcome. I always think of resumes. When we have a job that we hate, I always think of, you want to switch a job. Your resume is just essentially an entire list of all the things that you don't want to do anymore. So figure out a way to either repurpose the skills that you have, reapply the skills you have. If you're a car salesman, you can sell anything. Think of it that way. But if you don't want to be in sales, you have developed this level of communication, this level of interpersonal style that cannot be taught. And that is very, very important. But whatever you're doing, as you move forward, do not put on a false face. Do not allow yourself to mask who you are, mask what your intentions are, mask what your beliefs are. That is going to repeat a cycle for you. And right now, this may be this period is you maybe taking off the mask of yourself. And I think that Sagittarius has the title Falling Faces. So you maybe, let me see. One of them has it Falling Faces. Yeah, it's Sagittarius. So when that one comes out, that may apply to you as well. But this face is fall off, this mask, this facade you've been wearing is coming off. And maybe that's what's happening in hibernation, is really figuring out what you need for you and not allowing other people or distractions to sway or influence what you're about. Maybe you're somebody who really is good at conforming with the group. You might have maybe your North Node is in Aries. And it's all about you breaking off, or your North Node may be in Aquarius. It's all about you, sticking to your guns and doing things a little bit different than everybody else. So check your birth chart. What's blocking the situation? Temperance with invest on the bottom. Not really knowing where to pour yourself into. Trying to stay balanced. Self-restraint. And this is the Seven of Pentacles with the Sun card again. If it's not a yes, it's a no thank you. If it's not an absolute hell yeah, it's a no thank you. And that's all you need to know about this, especially as you get invited to do things. If people are asking you, you want to hang out, you want to do stuff, blah, blah, blah. If it's not an absolute yes, if it's not like, oh yeah, that'll be good for me, that's a good use of my time, please step back and stay within yourself. Follow those nudges. Ask grandma what you should do in those situations. And sometimes it is choosing, staying in, staying alone. It's without being too biblical or churchy or whatever, Bible-y with temperance out, I'm going to say it anyway. It's choosing virtue over vice. That's how you get to the next level. Don't repeat cycles you've already beaten. Don't go backwards. What's coming to light? It's coming to light for Aries. Ooh, we have unique and yes. Everybody here is unique. Everybody has their own way of seeing the world, their own way of perceiving things, their own gifts and talents, their own vibration to bring and contribute to this world. And right now, it's important for you to find yours. Individual soul. That's what this is in my card, or in my deck. Individual soul. What makes you a unicorn? It's really important to identify that, and do not allow yourself to be influenced by other people. Right now, this time is all about identifying exactly who and what you are about. Period. Dot. And then once you identify that, it's really easy. Well, it's not easy. It's easier to move forward and to allow the right things into your life. Because without knowing who you actually are, you don't know how far you bend or mold when you meet other people to fit in with them. That's not what this is about. That's not what this time period is about. Once you know who you are, that is how you attract the right people, because you learn to say no to what isn't for you. If you don't journal, I think it's important to journal. Start writing down some of your thoughts. What's coming to balance? Whoa, that's a lot. But we have the ultimate trump card, and I hate to use that word now, but here we are. Divine wisdom and individual with collaboration. You are working with divine. You are working, this is in spirit. This is the most high. This is like big guns. This is the creator energy. And there's the sun again, 13. Child, you're birthing something new. But it requires that you not just have information or knowledge about yourself. The difference between information, knowledge, and wisdom is that one is just facts. Another one is, applying those facts. Knowledge is understanding the facts. But wisdom is being able to incorporate those into future decisions for the better. When you know better, do better. And that is what divine is working on with you right now. So listen to your angels. Listen to your grandma. What would grandma do? WWGD. All right, what deck do I want to use with collaboration on the bottom? And the Three of Pentacles came out yesterday in your reading, which was about the way that I got it was there are three things that you do really well. For example, maybe you're good at business, maybe you're good at art, and maybe you're good at social media. And so it's something about these three things coming together to form this business or this idea, this whatever you're supposed to move forward in. But it's three things working in tandem, three tangible, visible things working together. It could be three people, but it's three items that come together to make this perfect triangle, this perfect balance. And so right now, I think it's up to you, and this is where journaling may help, to identify these three things that need to come together. These three things that work together beautifully. And whenever you figure that out, that Venn diagram in the middle is where you need to move forward for. All right, what deck do I want to clarify for? This is already 16 minutes. I think I'm going to let's use this law of attraction. What are you attracting in your life? Hearing three shuffles. Let's just quick get some pictures, see what's going on for Aries. Don't worry, no more tears, no more tears. And that's a reading for someone. Who's the no more tears reading for? No more tears is for Gemini, so you may be working with a Gemini or Gemini season. All right, let's clarify. Clarify courage. What's powering the situation? Clarify courage for Aries. What's powering the situation? Doubt and the Hangman with the Two of Wands on the bottom, restlessness. You might feel like you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Do not doubt the downtime. And notice they're all in the dark. This is very dark. Embrace the dark. Don't let this programmed idea that you need to be doing something, that you need to be moving all the time, influence you, because walking a tightrope, wait till you have a steady way to move. Wait till you know exactly the direction to go instead of taking this weird way that you have to balance on whatever path you're moving towards. That's not the one to go on. Nothing is behind you to scare you. Nothing is there. That's a perceived, that's a program that you have in your mind. This might be breaking that program. That's what this time might be about, which is very important. Reprogramming your mind. If it's not an absolute yes, it's a no thank you. Ooh, anxiety with setback. This is what's changing. You're not burning the day away. You're not burning time. The only time you're wasting time is when you're pretending being anybody that isn't yourself. Maybe you need to do some sober time. Maybe you have this, if you're alone and in your space, maybe you're kind of using these escapist tendencies or, you're literally burning the day away. That might cause unnecessary anxiety. It's important to be clear-headed when you're figuring out the direction you want to go in. But I cannot stress it enough, the only time you're wasting time, the only time you're putting yourself, backwards is when you're being anyone you're not supposed to be. When you're pretending, consciously especially pretending to be someone you're not supposed to be. That is a cycle that needs to be broken. What's blocking this situation? Clarify temperance. What's blocking this? And temperance, again, is about self-restraint, abstinence. This might be a time that you need to be sober, clear-headed. realign with new ways of being, new ways of thinking, new ways of doing. I mean, there was a time when I thought I was going to be a medical marijuana representative, and now I don't smoke at all. So the clearing was necessary. Ooh, there we have it. The title card. Oh, that is exactly what needs to happen. Take some sober time, triumph. It gets worse before it gets better, but it does get better. You don't need it. You don't need these escapist tendencies. You need to figure out who you really are. That's what this time is about. And it'll be so worth it. So, so worth it. Clarify unique. Spirit of initiative. There it is. With triumph on the bottom again. That's the clarity that's going to come. The Ace of Swords is knowing exactly how to dodge. I heard from Dodgeball, dip, dive, dodge, and I don't know the other one. Dip, dodge, dip, dive, and dodge. I don't know, something like that. But you'll be able to skate and float and fly over these things into whatever is for you, to put your own spin on this, to take off. Spirit of initiative. That's exactly what this has been about, is figuring out which way to move forward in. And what's coming to balance? We have a few. Okay, 3 again. The Nine of Pentacles, which is all about succeeding on your own, being an individual. The Devil. And the Four of Pentacles, unlocking yourself, cracking your own password. You can't do that if you're constantly being removed from yourself, if you're constantly numbing yourself. You can do that if you recreate yourself with the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. She looks pretty comfortable. This is a time of recreation. I'm getting that, caterpillar in a cocoon kind of thing. But you need to willingly close yourself off from the things that aren't serving you well. You know what it is. I don't need to tell you. Whatever you just thought of, that's what it is. This is a time of recreation. And so if you are alone and in the dark right now, know that it's just a season, it's temporary, and it's okay. And don't come out until you are ready and know which direction to move in. You go from walking somebody else's line to standing sturdy on your own 2 feet in your own path. And the thing about snowboarding is you kind of have to go with gravity, and that's where, to me, the divine steps in. You have to move with gravity, but you pick your mountain, you pick your hill. And after that, you are in control. You are in control. You're always working with the gravity, always working with the conditions. But you are in control. And we go from hot to cold, cool like the other side of the pillow. And especially now in this heat, I think it's 90 degrees where I am. We could use a little bit of this, wind in our hair and a little bit of a cool touch. So whatever you're doing, it's okay for the downtime. Embrace it. You need it. And I cannot wait to see what you create on the other side of this time. So that's all I have for you, Aries. Be well, and I will see you next time. Thank you.